Hi, I'm John. This is my show, An American Scheme, where I'm proving that Diana Ross is Michael Jackson's actual mother. So, that's the Jackson family, right? So, one of the things that's hilarious, that it's massively hilarious, is that constantly people always say about Michael, he says he looks just like the rest of them. And they're saying he looks just like the Jacksons. And they're saying that all the Jacksons, they all look alike. This is what they say. Michael looks just like the Jacksons. The Jacksons, they all look alike, okay? So, over here, one of the things that I point out is that Tito, so here's Michael, so here's Tito, and here's Jermaine. And this picture is good because it's got all of them and stuff, right? So you can really see. So Tito here, he's got the image of Joe Jackson. You can see they're really very similar. But then Jermaine, it's got the image of Catherine. Okay, so Catherine's facial imagery, what she does to a man, that's what she does to a man. She makes him look like Jermaine. That's like the best evidence you could see of what would Catherine's actual facial imagery do project onto a man. And you can see there's Jermaine. Michael does not look like Jermaine. You can see when Joe's imagery projects onto a man, it looks like Tito. Michael does not look like Tito. And then you can see that, but in the pile, this is the Jackson family. And you can understand that is the Jackson family. But so now, here's the big deal. Joe Jackson, see, now look at the family. See how they're all dressed up. They've even got the girls, okay? That's the Jacksons. They all look alike, okay? They've got all of them. The whole thing. All the girls, too, and everything, right? So, the story that they've sold us of the Jacksons is that some way that this was a family that's known as what would be like, that they've got what's known as stage parents, like a stage mother or a stage father. And those type of parents, they train their children to be stars whether their children have any talent or not. Okay? So that's the way in which they're projecting that the Jacksons developed this story. But it's not that way whatsoever, because the real stuff is that the Jacksons' actual band, the Jacksons band, don't really start developing until Michael is born. Okay, so, which I say it's not till he's given to that house, okay? So it's not until Michael's given to the house, because the whole reason then for them to start training and doing this stuff is because now Joe Jackson has a connection, a direct connection back to Berry Gordy, because Michael was given to him from Berry Gordy. That's the reason why the whole band develops. Now, and what's known as being like a stage father or a stage mother, this is Honey Boo Boo. So what happens when you're a stage mother or a stage father, you take your child and then you say, my child, like I said, it doesn't matter if your child has any talent. You say, my child's going to be the best. My child's just as good as anybody. Because when they're young like this, it's like, well, okay, they're cute. Maybe they've got possibilities, and but then the real world hits, and then this is what you end up with. Okay? Because that's what the real world does. They don't have talent. That kid was never really a star, Not like that. Okay, it ended up being what she was, but, but what happens is the mother takes the kid, doesn't matter what the kid, if they have any talent, they make them think they're going to be a star, but then reality strikes in, and this is what you end up with, right? So, the Jackson family, they were not raising their children to be stars. Joseph was working in the steel mill. He had all those children. So, where's the history of Joseph training his children to be stars before Michael Jackson's born? That's what I want. I want the Jackson fan base out there. If you can't prove that, then your story's wrong right there, right from the beginning, and it shows that my story has to be taken serious, because my story says and proves that the whole Jackson music development of how they develop all starts at the moment when Michael's given to them. It's not because Joseph looks at his family and sees that like a stage father, like the Honey Boo Boo, where it's like he sees talent even if it's not there. Okay, that's not what was happening. He only made them start to have talent when he knew he had that connection back to Berry Gordy. Without the connection, he wasn't looking at his children like that. Joe was not doing that. And that's the biggest thing. That's the real thing. You can see that Joseph is not a stage parent. He was not a parent in which was looking at his children and saying that you guys are the best, no matter what they were. He's not the parent that was training them to be the best singers and dancers and stuff like that. He wasn't doing that. It's only after Michael comes into the house that he starts to then train them, and he's trying to figure it out. But that's why he's whipping them and making them be so hard and stuff, because he knows they're not good. See, that's the difference. Joseph's not a person who's looking at his family and saying, you guys are good, you're really good, you've got talent. He's not like that. He's looking at him and saying, you guys don't have talent, that there's fierce competition out there. You got to work harder, you got to work harder. That's really what was going on. And it all is explained under the proper context and understanding of the story, that the Jackson 5 band only is even a thought that even starts to get developed after Michael is given to the family. After Joe Jackson gets the connection with Berry Gordy, and he's got that connection, only at that moment is there the beginning of the development of anything that would future be shown to the world as the Jackson 5. Okay, so Joseph Jackson was never a stage father. He only trusted his kids' talent after he had the connection to Berry Gordy, after he had the insider's track. And that's the actual proven documented history. And I challenge any Michael Jackson fan out there to stand up and prove me wrong. You guys are fake. You don't care about any of the true story, and you're so stupid and blinded by the freaking media and what they've done to you and the product that they've sold to you and brand name recognition, that you guys are so stupid that you can't even tell that the Jackson family themselves basically don't even look alike. Michael's nothing like them on any level. Doesn't look like them, doesn't sing like them, doesn't dance like them. He's not spiritually like them. He's nothing like them. And you stupid, fake, loser, scumbag, want to proclaim yourself to be Michael Jackson fans, gonna sit there and tell me how can he not be a Jackson when he looks just like the rest of them? You disgusting human beings.